Good evening, everybody. Welcome to class. It's nice having you at Easy Tech Community Hour. And what is this section meant for? We are all here this evening to learn. We are here to grow. We are here to see you excel in data analytics. My name is Afolabi Israel, and I will be your moderator. I will be your facilitator for tonight's session. And I can tell you for a fact that I have a lot in store for you. Please, I've earlier said, get your writing materials because tonight we are going to gain valuable knowledge that is going to transform your life, that is going to shape your life, that is going to expose you to what data analysis is all about. Kindly feel free because tonight we have a lot in store for you. What do we do? And what's our mission? What's our vision at EasyTech? EasyTech is a virtual platform with the aim of making tech skill accessible to everyone. Our mission is to equip young tech enthusiasts with the skills needed to excel in the tech industry through comprehensive, flexible, hands-on learning, which is offered entirely online. And what's the vision? Our vision is to become the leading online academy in Africa that transforms tech enthusiasts into globally recognized tech professionals by providing accessible, high quality, and practical technology training. Once again, I have a honor and pleasure to welcome you to Easy Tech Community Hour. Because of time, I will not be mentioning names, but I want to appreciate everyone who has deemed it fit to join us tonight. Without wasting much time, let's get to the business of the day because we are starting this year with energy. We are starting this year with energy. Good. We are here tonight for what? For data analysis. And we are starting from the basics. We are starting from the basics. Good. And we are starting with introduction. We want to expose you. Some of you may be familiar with this term called data analysis. But tonight, even though you're a beginner, even though you have been hearing what is data analysis, and here you are confused. You don't really understand what this term implies, what they do, what value do they contribute to the ecosystem. I will be here to expose you to what this concept is all about. And we target introduction to data analysis. Now, this class is structured. Please, we're going to start with the keyword. What is data? Then we'll now focus on what is analysis. Then we'll now bring these two keywords together. And we also do what? We define it. Now, not just only defining it, I'm going to be sharing a lot of examples because I really want you to understand what we have tonight. I really want you to understand what we have for you tonight. Please, I don't want you to be distracted. I don't want you to be leaving the call, joining the call. Please, I would love you to be quiet, stay to the end of the event, stay to the end of the session because you are going to learn a whole lot this evening. All right, let's move on. The first keyword we want to express is what is data? I believe so many of you have heard the keyword called data. Yes, what is data? What is data? If I ask somebody on this call, they will tell me data is a raw fact. Yes, till today, data is still a raw fact. Till today, data is still a raw fact. But we don't just stop at that definition. We don't stop at that definition. We can improve on that definition by saying data can also be processed. What do I mean? Let's look at it. Let's take it to our level. Data is a raw fact. If I ask you, hello, good evening, gentlemen, please, what is your name? And you tell me, my name is Ibrahim. That's a data. If I ask you, how old are you? It's a data. Data is a raw fact. But we don't just stop at that. It's raw. It's unprocessed. But as data analysts, we believe, and it's very possible for us to process the data. Are you there? It's very possible for us to process the data. Now, the singular word for data is called what? Datum. Are you there? Datum. Good. Now, let's take the definition a step higher. Because if I'm interviewing you for a data analyst role and I ask you, hello, gentleman, hello, beautiful lady, what is the meaning of data? What do you understand by data? If you tell me data is a raw fact, I'll be like, that definition is too, yes, it's a fact, but it's too low. Can we take it a step further? And that's why I gave another definition here. Data refers to raw facts, figures, informations that are collected, observed, or measured and can be used for analysis, used for decision making, and understanding phenomena. It is often unprocessed and lack context or meaning until it is analyzed or organized. This is a lot of grammar. Now let me break it down in a way that you understand. Don't forget, data is a raw fact. And I told you, what's your name? You told me, oh, your name is Ayomide. Where are you joining us from this evening? Oh, I'm joining from Lagos. I'm joining from Abuja. I'm joining from Kaduna State. I'm joining from Cameroon. Whichever location you are joining us from this evening, it's a data. But don't forget, it's always raw. It's always messy. It's always unorganized. But when you take it a step further, by analyzing it, by gathering it, what do you discover? You'll be able to make decisions. You'll be able to understand things. Now, let's say, for example, let's say I want to carry out analysis on those who are joining me this evening. What will I do? I can see a hand raised. Do you have a question? Please, if you have any question, please. Thank you so much. Okay, just drop your question on the in-call message. I'm going to attend to all questions. Tonight is for me and you. Are you there? Tonight is for me and you. So drop your question on the in-call message, whereby I can get to see it and then I can provide valuable answers to all your questions. But let's proceed with the training because tonight we're going to learn a whole lot. Now, let me carry out an analysis on those who are joining us tonight. And I say, okay, hello everybody. If you don't mind, can you share me your name? Tell me your gender, are you male or female? Tell me the location where you are joining us from. Also, tell me, are you connected using your laptop or you are connected using your mobile phone? Now, each student sent theirs. Now, permit me to use the word student because you are listening to me. Let me be the teacher and you be the student. Let me say each of you, then share your responses with me. And then I collated it. Of course, it will be raw. Now, when I gather this information together, I can do what? I can analyze it. I can make decision from it. I can say, oh, tonight we have a number of 30 students who are joining us this evening. It's a decision. I can look it further. I can look in further by knowing the gender. How many male? How many female? Oh, how many are joining us from Nigeria? How many students? How many participants from outside Nigeria? What am I doing? I'm making decision. I'm understanding what the data. That is what this definition is giving us. Now let's read it again before we move to the next slide. Data refers to the raw facts, figures, information that are collected, observed, measured, and can be used for what? Analysis, decision making, to understand phenomena. Don't forget, it's always on process and lack context until it is analyzed or organized. I believe with the illustration and this definition, I believe you have a clearer picture of what data is. Now, don't forget where we are going to is data analysis. But now, I believe I've given you a more detailed definition of data. Now, let's take it a step further by looking at examples of data. We have a lot of examples. But here, I just have some keywords. We have the personal data. Yeah. If you're in Nigeria, I believe some of your personal data has gone into some industries. Let's say the banking sector. Before you can have access to an account number, they will request for your name, your gender, your location, that's your address, and several informations about you. Oh, are you married? No, these are personal information they get to require they get to request from you. What's a date of birth? These are personal information. It's data. Data is not what you need to start looking at far. No. Look at academic data. Let's say, for example, now we are all students, and I say, oh, your mathematics teacher came to class and gave you an assignment and gave you a test, and then you submitted, and the teacher scores you. I can know those who perform better, those who perform below average. That's academic data. Those of us in the university, you can easily determine, oh, what's your CGPA? Oh, what do you have in chemistry? What's your grade in economics? This is academic data. Let's move to the health. Let's say you went to an hospital, for medical checkup. What will it be requested from you? They will ask questions from you. What's your blood group? No. What's your blood pressure? This is health data, and we have many other data we can have from the health industry, the finance industry, the business industry. There are a lot of data available. These are just examples. Again, these are just examples. So to each of these domains, there are a lot of examples back into it. Look at the business data. If I have a company today, I can know how many customers do I have. How many customers has ordered an item? Where are the customers? Where are they ordering from? What is the age range of my customer? What is the sale? What is the profit? These are what data we can collect from the business, and so on and so forth. In the sports, we have a lot of data. In the finance, in the logistic, in the HR, whichever industry, we have a lot of data that's made available for us. Don't forget, we are diving deep into what data is all about. Now, the question is, why is data? Why is it important? Why is data important? Why is data important? Of course, data is important, but why? If I ask you why, number one is the foundation of knowledge. Is the foundation of knowledge? Look at it. The world is built on data. Everything you can see today is built on what? On data. Data drives evidence-based decision. If you want to make an informed decision, now, okay, each point I'm be giving an illustration to back it up so that you can get to understand this much more better. Now, the foundation of knowledge. Look at it. Let's say when you started life, when you start getting matured, you start getting to know life. You went to school and it was like you never knew anything, and then you were taught. Now, before you can be promoted to the next class, you need to have a very good grade before you can be promoted to the next class. Are you there? That's the fundamental, that is the foundation of knowledge. You need to pass, you need to meet the criteria. Not only that, data drive evidence-based decision. There are a lot of decisions that you can make, but if it's not backed by data, in fact, you're on your own. And let's look at this solution together. Let's say you want to start selling cars. Let's say you want to start selling cars, and then you went to a village because, look at it, because land in the village are very cheap. Of course, you agree with me. And then you cleared, let's say, an acre, and then you stock that village, that area, with what? With new automobile. If I get to ask you, how many persons gets to patronize you? In the village, they cannot afford it. Even though if you are selling fairly used, they can't still afford it. What do they do in the village? They go to farm. But they will find it difficult to live well, to live healthy because of what? The village. Now, not all village, actually, not all village. But now let's look at it in the sense that before I start my automobile company, let's say I did market survey. Those of us in Lagos, you can agree with me that you cannot compare the sales you make on island with the sales you make on mainland. Let's say, okay, but let's say you did market survey to know, okay, those who are staying in this geographical area, can they afford a brand new car? Are you there? Now, after doing their survey, from the results, it shows they can afford it. And what do? You start selling it. And what happens? You get to make increase. You get to make profits. Your business gets to grow. Because of what? You are making decisions based on data. Data enhance efficiency. Now, let's say you are selling products, you are offering services, and then people get to patronize you more. What do? You need to increase the labor. But how do you know if an employee is satisfying the customer, or if your employee is satisfying the customer? It makes it to expand. It drives efficiency. How do you make your customers much more convenient, much more comfortable with your products, with your item? Data helps us to achieve this. Data supports accountability, transparency. Now let's imagine our government, whichever money they spend, everything is being transparent, everything is being seen, everything is being open. What happened? Accountability, transparency. Data also fosters competitive advantage. We have different industries today, but how do you know that this company is performing better than this company? How do you know this company is performing much more better than this company? If I ask you, let's just leave this on healthy competition. If I ask you, those of us in Nigeria, MTN and Blue, which one is which one do you prefer more? Now, you are not just saying it, you are saying it based on data. Now, maybe because it's very cheap, or maybe because it's much more, like maybe the internet provider is like much more accessible in your location. But notwithstanding, they have what? Competitive advantage. Not only that, data is the backbone of AI and machine learning. I know you have been hearing about AI, artificial intelligence. Data is still the backbone. We cannot have AI if we don't have data stocked into it. I get data is very, very important. In fact, we cannot overemphasize it in this training. Now, we have looked at data, we've looked at examples, we've looked at why data is important. Now let's look at the meaning of analysis. Don't forget, we are still going to bring these two keywords together. But now I want to look at the word analysis. What is analysis? Analysis is the process. Are you there? Analysis is the process of examining. What's the word? Analyze. Analysis. You are breaking down information. You are breaking down concepts. Please, if you have any question, please just drop it on the in-call message. I'm going to attend to it. Please, instead of raising your hand, just drop your question. I am going to attend to all questions. Are you there? I am going to attend to all questions. Can you drop your questions on the in-call message? I'm going to attend to all the questions. Okay, good. Now let's proceed. Analysis is the process of examining. You are examining the data. You are breaking the data. Analyze, not to break something down. To break an information down or concepts into simpler, much more understandable, much more identifiable pattern to draw conclusion. And that is data for you. That's analysis for you, rather. Analysis is the process of examining, breaking down information, which is called data, or concepts into simpler, into smaller concepts to understand them better, identify pattern, and draw meaningful conclusion. Just the word to analyze, to break down. I believe this concept is clear, it's clear now. Good. Now let's bring these two keywords together and let's dissect it. Let's bring these two keywords together and let's dissect it. Now, what is data analysis? What is data analysis? Data analysis is the process of, but before we make progress, let's look at the word. Is the process. It requires a lot of processes. It requires a lot of steps, and I'm going to be dicing them this evening. Data analysis is the process. Now, what does the process, what does it look like? The first thing, please, if you're writing, please take note of this. The first thing you need to do is to identify the problem. Now, data analysis is the process. Now, inside that process, we have a lot of processes. And the first process is what? Identifying the problem. What do I mean by identifying the problem? Now, let's look at it. Your business have not been making sales. You have a business, you have a company, and the business have not been making, or you're not been meeting up with targets. That's a problem. You need to do what? First of all, do what? Identify a problem. Now we have identified our problem, that our business have not been making sales. Now, what's the next thing you need to do? Don't forget, we are still taking the processes one after the other. The second thing you need to do is data gathering or data collection. You need to gather data. You need to gather data, data gathering or data collection. How do you gather data? Your business has not been making sales. Then you want to gather data. Now you can move to your customers. You can go to them one-on-one or send them link or just have conversation with them. And then question can be like, oh, hello, my customers. Why have you not been buying our products? What happened? Your customers start giving you what? Data. Start giving you information. They can say, I don't know, but they can say, your product is too expensive. That can be a challenge. Why they're not been buying your product? They can be like, the delivery dates do take long time. Yes, that can be one of the reasons why they're not been buying your product. They can be like, your sales rep, they are too rude. Yes, that can be one of the reasons why customers are not doing what? Buying your product. And there can be a lot of other reasons. There can be a lot of other. It can be like, I don't like the color. I don't like maybe the content of maybe what you are selling or the ingredients, depending on the product or the service you are rendering. Now, what happens? You collate everything together. That's what? Data gathering. You do what? You collate everything together. Maybe in an Excel or in a Power BI or your database, whichever area that is convenient for you. In fact, your WhatsApp too, they do it. If you call on WhatsApp, they will ask you a question. How satisfied are you? Then you can do what? You can give them grade. That's like also a measure of collecting data from their responses, from their respondents rather, their customers. Don't forget, the first thing is to do what? Identify the problem. The next is to do what? Data collection or data gathering. The next step is data cleaning. You need to clean the data. The data will consist of a lot of inconsistency, a lot of messy data. You might request for some people, oh, can you please give me your phone number? And they will give you their phone number, and it will not be up to date, it will not be up to the required number. You know, those things need to be clear, those things need to be corrected, those things need to be worked on. Are you there? That's number 3, data cleaning. The next process is data analysis. This is where you now analyze it. Oh, how many people filled the form? Or how many people were we able to reach? Or how many people supply? Why they are not been buying our products? Are you there? Good. We're analyzing it. Oh, how many male? How many female? Oh, how many from this region? How many from that region? Are you there? You are doing what? You are analyzing it. That's the next step. And let's take the step once again. The first thing is to do what? Identify the problem. Oh, we're not making sales. The next thing is to do what? Data gathering. You went and get data from your customers. The next thing is to do what? To clean the data. The next step is what? Analysis. And then the fifth step is data visualization. Let's assume you collected data and it's 100 rows from 100 customers, from 200 customers, from 5,000 customers, from 10,000 customers. How do you expect a normal human being to be able to comprehend all what is written? It may be very difficult to see a lot of numbers, and then our brains are able to digest it. What if those large chunk of numbers are broken down into charts. I believe so many of us relate more when we see charts, when we see diagrams, when we see images, when we see flyers. Yes, we have a lot of charts, and that's data visualization. And it's the graphical representation of data. This is where you now put your bar charts, your column charts, your funnel charts, your map charts to do what? To describe your data. So whenever they see the bar chart, they can easily depict what is going on. They can easily depict what is going on in their data. They can easily see the trend. Oh, this saves, this is, they can easily understand it. And that's what data visualization. You're graphically representing your data. And why must we represent our data using graph? It makes our data much more easier to understand, much more easier to interpret. It makes it much more easy to access. I believe you are following. Please, if you are following, let me just have your thumbs up. Just give a thumbs up. If you are following, just let me confirm that. If you are following this section, just give a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Ms. Chiamaka. I love that. Following Ms. Chiamaka. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Blessed, Mr. Kendi. Thank you so much. I love this. Thank you so much. Okay, now, back to class. Don't forget, identify the problem, collect data, clean it, data cleaning, analyze it, visualize it. Now, it doesn't stop there. When you visualize it, it's not everybody that understands those charts, those bar charts, column charts, tree map, funnel charts, donut charts, scatter plots, box plots, all those charts. Your audience might not understand it. They'll be like, oh, which one is this? They just see the triangle or column. They'll be like, which one is this? Most of them don't understand it. It's your duty as a data analyst to do what? To interpret, to look at data, to draw conclusion, to make recommendation. And now you look at data, look at the chart rather, and then you say, oh, hello, my management, hello, senior staff, hello, team lead. From the responses we have gotten, from the chart, now you are interpreting it. Oh, we discovered that most of our customers have not been buying our products because of the price. Now, you're not just seeing it from head, but you are seeing it based on the data collected. And what do? You do what? You work on your pricing. And with that, businesses thrive, businesses grow. And you are valued as a data analyst in the organization. Are you get? Now let's come back. Don't forget, data analysis is the process. Now I've mentioned all those processes. I've mentioned all those processes. So when you see the word data analysis is the process, that word process carries a lot of weight. And I'll explain it with example. But let's go ahead and give a more detailed definition to what data analysis is all about. Data analysis is the process of examining. We are examining data. Not just by looking at it, we are examining it. You are identifying it. You are organizing it. You are interpreting data to do what? To extract meaningful insights, to extract useful insights. Meaning that you are identifying pattern. Let's say you have your business data and then you are checking it. January, how much was the total revenue? February, what was the total revenue? Was there increase or decrease compared to the last month? Last month's sales. You are comparing it. Oh, March, our sales increased. April, the sales reduced. What happened? That's your role. You're identifying pattern. Are you there? Not only that, you're also supporting decision making. You are making decision, data-based decision. If I ask now, how many are we in Nigeria? You can say something because of what? Some persons have collected data. We want to know, let's say we want to distribute palliative to all the states in Nigeria. Yes, to all the states in Nigeria. If I want to ask you, are we distributing it equally? Just go to the comments and tell me, are we distributing it equally? Of course, no. Why? Because some states are more, some states are less. Why are you not dividing that palliative equally to all the states? Because of what? Because of data. You can easily see this region is more, This region is less, this region is this, and then you can do what? Divide it based on whichever criteria. Again, it transforms raw data into meaningful information that can be used to solve problems, make prediction, and improve processes. Data analysis is actually wonderful. We look at data and then we make meaningful conclusion from data. Now, as a data analyst, I'm still going to explain that. What tool do you use? You want to analyze your data. What tool, what software, what package do you use? What package, what software do you use? We have a lot of software, we have a lot of packages we use to analyze our data. We have the spreadsheet software, which is Microsoft Excel. I believe everybody on this call is aware. You all know Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel is widely used. Some be like, can I use Excel for data analysis? Yes, you can use it to analyze your data. It's a spreadsheet software developed and distributed by Microsoft. It helps in data management and is used across various industries. We also have the Google Sheets. That's like the web version. I get the Google Sheets. So that's for the spreadsheet software. So you can do a lot using Microsoft Excel. In fact, the next class, that's next Saturday, we'll be looking at how to use Microsoft Excel for data analysis. So please, you have joined tonight's session. Next week also, we're also looking at what? How to use Microsoft Excel for what? For data analysis. Yes, you can use that same Microsoft Excel you used to know. You can use it to analyze, to visualize our data. And it's a fantastic tool. And in fact, as a beginner, this is the number one tool I am recommending for you. It's easy to use. In fact, I can overemphasize it. Don't worry, the next class, I'm going to break that word, Microsoft Excel. I'm going to show you the component, what is made up, the rows, the column, the cell, the ribbon, the tabs. I'm going to break it down for you. Whereby you get to understand that, oh, so this software can actually perform beyond imagination. Of course, yes. And then we also have statistical tools like SPSS, we have SAS, we have programming languages. I believe I've heard about Python. It's not the snake now. So there's a programming language called Python. We also have the R programming language. We also have data visualization tools that we can use to do what? To visualize our data. Don't forget, I explained data visualization as what? When you are graphically representing your data. You have your data, numbers, tables, everything is just large, but you want to visualize it. You want to graphically represent it. So there are a lot of tools you can use. You can use Tableau, you can use Power BI. We also have more, but this is the most commonly used out there. I get good. So we also have database management system. Your data, you cannot put it in your head. The data you have, you cannot put it inside sheet of paper. These are traditional methods. There is a system. There is a place where all your data can be kept, where all your data can be stored. Just like if I ask you, where do you keep your money? You tell me, money are kept in the bank. What about data? Data also, they are kept in the database. From the word database, where data is based, where data is kept. Idea, and it helps for proper management. Idea, and you can easily access it easily. Idea. So we have the SQL, and we have a lot of flavors. We also have the NoSQL. That's to store unstructured data. Idea. Good. So these are our tools. Now you don't need to know everything at once. If you're a beginner, there are some tools that are very important for you to learn, and then you can use those to analyze your data. And then as you grow, then you start learning other tools. Idea, but don't worry, I'm going to help you and guide you on the tools to start with. Now, if you look at why data is important, now we're looking at why do you need to analyze your data? Why analyzing data is very essential. Number one, to make informed decision. You need to analyze, because if you have your data and you don't analyze it, it will be there. It will be there. How do you know if your customers are satisfied with your products? How do you know if you are making sales? How do you know if you are making profits? No, it's possible. You are making sales and you're not making profits. Do you agree to it? You can be making sales and then you are even making loss. It's very, very possible. But data will do what? Make you understand, make you make decisions. Second one is to identify trend and pattern. Yes, some products don't sell January. You will agree with me. Yes, some products, some items, they don't sell during January, during February. But when it comes to November, December, those products they sell. They can be like seasonal products. Yes. So how do I identify? So now, as a data analyst, what do you do? During those times, during those seasons, where those products sell more, you ensure that they are always in stock. Don't forget, we have dry season, we have rainy season. During rainy season, you too, you can testify that some products sell more. If I ask you, does cold water does it sell during rainy season? Like does it really sell during rainy season? Of course, no. What about cardigan? What about umbrella? You just need to identify. So, but your data gets to expose this to you to solve problem, to predict future outcome, to monitor performance. Now, let's say you have 10 sales reps. How do you know if sales rep A is actually doing the job? How do you know? It's data. So you can monitor their performance. Or let's say you have 5 businesses. You have 5 businesses. You have this business here, that business there, that business here. How do you know if this business is giving you profit? If this one is maybe at the top, this one is maybe the second, this one is, how do you know? Your data. Your data. So analyzing data is essential. And we need people who can analyze our data because each day we are producing quintillions of data. As you have joined this call, is data. Yes, is data. Website and all these platforms, they are recording the numbers of hours you spend online, the website you visited. Yes or yes? Of course, yes. To gain a competitive edge. Before you can hear that, oh, this company is the best or it rank as the best, they will analyze on data. They will just come on board and just analyze. No, I'm sorry, and just announce. No, you will have done what? Analyze it. So analyzing data is what? Essential. In fact, it's very what? Important. I get it's very important. Now let's move to this keyword. Who is a data analyst? Yes, we have looked at data, we've looked at the importance, we have looked at analysis, we have looked at data analysis, but who does this job? Who carry out these processes? They are called data analysts. Idea, they are called data analysts. So a data analyst is a professional who collects, process, and perform statistical analysis on large set of data to identify trends, patterns, and insights. So if you are able to do what? To process, to perform analysis on data, you are a data analyst. And what does it require? Just by knowing the skill. We are going to get there. But the data analyst is what? It's a professional. Good. All right, let's make some progress. Let's look at it. What are their roles? What are their duties? What do they do day to day? Is it just a title? No, it's not a title. It's not just a title. It's not just a title. It's beyond title. The data analyst, one of their roles, one of their duties, one of their responsibilities is to do what? To collect data. And you can collect data using different methods. If I say, oh, everybody unmute your mic and tell me your name, I'm collecting data already. If I say, okay, please help me to fill this form, that's also a method of collecting data. There are a lot of different strategies we can deploy. There are a lot of strategies we can deploy. So one of the ideas is what? To collect data, to clean data. You be like, is data dirty? Of course, yes. Your data can be messy. Your data can be unclean. So data cleaning is just like the process of identifying errors, identifying inconsistencies in your data, and then you're trying to correct it, try to modify it. Now let's assume somebody wants to write his or her name. So let me say I want to write my name, and then I start my name with a lowercase. Now if I ask you, is it acceptable? Is it proper? Is it right for me to start my name with a lowercase? Of course, no. And that's what data analysts will do. And that's cleaning. It will now correct it from lowercase I to what? To capital uppercase what? I. That's cleaning. Let's say I want to write my gender and maybe let's say my mobile phone is fluctuating. My mobile phone was fluctuating, and then instead of me to write male, and I wrote MAL. Data analysis to do what? We clean it by putting what? E. That is data cleaning. We're trying to correct inconsistencies in your data to improve the data quality. Because if you don't do it, there are a lot of effects to it. That's one of the duties. Number two, analyzing data using statistical method and software. I told you earlier, the software we use, the applications we use. No, I mentioned the SPSS, I mentioned the Excel. Can you remember? Good. But doing that, they also interpret. Because it's not just by using statistical software and just do it. No, you need to interpret. Oh, what has happened? What is going on? Not only that, you also report findings to stakeholders. There are some points you might need to go to your manager. Manager, something is going wrong. Our sales is dropping. We are not meeting up with targets. You are reporting your findings to them. I do that a lot. I will just go to my manager and do what? I will explain, oh, this is going on. Our sales is dropping. I will say, oh, this is this. Oh, we met the target for this month, for this week, for this day. You report findings and then recommending actionable insights based on data. Yes. You'll be like, okay, what is it likely to happen? Oh, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. You're not just talking, but you're talking based on the data. These are our roles. These are our duties of a data analyst. What are the skills you need to know? What are the skills required as a data analyst? It's not just to know the tools. No, it's beyond that. So I'll group it into three. Number one, the technical skills, the analytical skill, and then the soft skill. So for the technical part, that's where we have, the Excel, the Power BI, the Tableau, the Python, all those skills, Now, it's not all these skills that requires coding. If you're working with Excel, let's say you're a beginner, you don't need to know how to code. You don't need coding, and then you can still deliver a great job. Are you there? Good. SQL requires a bit of querying because SQL is a language, a querying language that we use to communicate with the database. I've said that in the past. We also have Tableau. Tableau or Power BI is used for what? Data visualization. This is where you graphically represent your data. We also have R or Python. That's programming. You can start from the basic, and then as you grow, now inculcate Python, inculcate a programming language into analytical skills. Are you there? So that's the technical part. We also have the analytical part. This is problem solving. If a problem, a challenge is being thrown to you, can you solve it? Are you creative? Critical thinking. Some persons can think to solve complex problems in no time. Curiosity. Are you willing to grow? Are you willing to oh, what happened here? Why does the sales reduce? And you're curious. You're trying to do research. Attention to details. Yeah. Are you paying attention? Can you pay attention to details? These are what analytical skills you can develop. Because it's not just by working with Excel, Power BI, and SQL. These are also skills that you need alongside the journey. And we also have soft skills like communication skill. Now you are done with analysis. You have done everything. You have used Excel. You have used SQL. Maybe you can use Python. You have done it. But your manager, your supervisor, your team lead, can you communicate it to them? Your findings. Can you talk to them? Oh, sir, this is what I've discovered. This is what I've seen. Can you communicate your findings? That's communication skill. Because if you can do it and you cannot communicate to your manager, to your supervisor, What's the essence? Because even they cannot understand, or maybe they don't know how to even interpret. So you should be able to do what? To communicate in a way that they get to understand. Not only that, we also have data interpretation. There are some analysts, when they interpret data, you'll be like, wow, so this is what is going on in our organization. So if you want to interpret data, tell them, oh, this month, oh, this is the same, this is the one, oh, this is, no, you want to interpret it. And also what? Time management. Time management. You are given a problem. Can you solve it in a speculated time? Are you there? Time management. So let's say they give you a project. You need to wait for 5 months before you complete it. Can you manage time and still come up with something much more robust? Idea. So these are also skills you also need to try as a data analyst. So it's not just by learning the technical skill, it's beyond the technical skill. Are you get? Data analysis is beyond technical skill. So now this is some person will not be like, oh, how do I learn technical skill? You can enroll. I'm going to share that with you. How do I learn soft skill? I'm going to share that with you also. What are the benefits of becoming a data analyst? Are there benefits? Or I'm just doing it? Or my reward is in heaven, whichever one. There are lots of benefits for you. Idea. There are lots of benefits for you. Let's start with the first one. The first one here is high demand for skill. Out there is high demand. People are looking. See, one thing I discovered this January, I will not deceive you. There are a lot of job openings. Like, in fact, it's becoming like more and more each day. More internship opportunities, more data entry job opportunities, more advanced like or proficient data analysis job opportunities. You can always fit in. You can always, there's high demand. They are really like ready to employ as many as possible data analysts in organizations today. So learn these skills make you to what much benefit or adding much value to organization. Not only that, we also have competitive salary. Don't mind me, I smile, and there's reason for that. Competitive salary. Let me stop there. The next one is career growth opportunities. Yeah, you can start as a data analyst and then you can always grow and become a data scientist. Yes, and become a data engineer. In fact, you can even switch to other career tracks. You can switch to health analysis or sales analyst as a sales analyst. So into sales analysis, that's sales analyst. Into sport analyst, you can like there are a lot of diverse track. You can do what? You can dive deep into. You also have opportunity to work with cutting edge technologies. If you want to work with Microsoft, just have the skill. If you want to work with Google, just have the skill. The skill will take you there. Yes, the skill will take you there. So you have the opportunity to work with what? With top organizations. Yes, flexible work environment. Do you want to work from home? Data analysis will give you that edge. Do you want to combine 2, 3 jobs together? Data analysis. Do you want to work remotely, like you be in Nigeria and you're working for companies outside Nigeria? Yes, just become a data analyst. You have flexible work environment. Maybe you want to work hybrid, you want to work full time, you want to work remotely. You become a data analyst will give you that what? That flexible moment you are really looking for. In Nigeria, the average salary, no, the average monthly salary of a data analyst in Nigeria is 400,000 naira. The average salary of a data analyst, look at it, now you can earn lesser than this, and then you can earn much more than this. One depends on the company, depends on your own level or level of experience or level of knowledge. So, but I can tell you for a fact, even before your 1 year as a data analyst, you can earn up to this. I'm telling you based on my own personal experience. Not only my personal experience, I also have friends, I also have colleagues. I don't know if they are here tonight who has also achieved this within 1 year. You just need to know it. You just need to be very smart at it. And I can tell you for a fact, you are one of the most valuable and you can earn more than this. I can tell you for a fact, you can earn more than this. And if you're in Nigeria and you are earning 4,000 naira, I believe it's a good starting point. And that's the starting point. And as you grow, your money keeps increasing, your promotion keeps increasing. Let's leave money aside. But just to tell you that you're not just learning it, but you're also most valuable and you're also well compensated. You're also well compensated. Now, to thrive in the data analysis space, I just have few steps because it's not something that you can just know. There are steps. Number one, you need to learn the skill, data analysis skill. You need to be good at Excel, Power BI, SQL, your problem solving skill. You are curious. You can communicate. Yes, you need to have a mentor, somebody to guide you. The journey is not always easy at some points. And also in tech, there are a lot of distraction. There are a lot of distraction. So you need a mentor to mentor you. Learn this today, learn this tomorrow, learn this next week, and then you can get your what? Your promised land on time. I had a mentor, and I still have a mentor. In fact, after the first internship I got, the next role I got was for my mentor. My mentor saw a project I work on. I'm like, wow, you did this? And he said immediately he recommended me to two persons, like in that same day. Two persons. I said, oh, no, 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 no. I have somebody. And since then, it's very important to have a what? A mentor. Not only that, you need to also work on data analysis projects. How do you want to convince me that you are suitable for a role if you don't have a project to showcase? So you need to do what? Work on projects. And not all, we have a global community that is called LinkedIn. You need to optimize your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very, very important. In this scenario is very, very important. So you need to work on your LinkedIn. You need to work on your CV and your resume. Don't be learning analysis and then it's not reflecting on your CV, on your resume. No, it should reflect. So you also need to do what? Revamp your resume. And then you apply for jobs and then you get your job. Don't forget, tech is the new crude oil. Tech is the new crude oil. I believe you have learned a lot this evening. I believe you have learned a lot this evening. And we have 7 more minutes to wrap up the session tonight. Please, if you have any question, I would love you to drop your question on the in-call message now while I attend to all questions now. I want to attend to your questions. So if you have any question, I believe you have learned a lot. Please drop your question on the in-call message while I attend to all questions now. So I have 1 minute to take your question, then I can provide valuable answers to all your questions. So please, we are wrapping up shortly. The next 7 minutes will be done. It's an hour session, and I believe we've learned a lot. If I ask you tomorrow or tonight, what is data analysis? I believe you can tell me something. Okay, let me have your questions. Let me have your questions. I'm expecting questions to start dropping now. Yeah. So if you look at data, you look at data analysis. So if you have any question or any gray area you want me to share more light on, I would love to take your questions now. All right. Thank you so much. Let me take Ms. Chiamaka's question. Could you please mention everything you intend to teach us, and is it free? Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to answer your question, but I want questions based on what we've learned tonight. I want questions based on what we've learned tonight. So please, this section is recorded and the recording will be made available to all those who have joined this section. I'm going to share the recording with you so you can always fall back to it and do what and catch up with any section you are lost. So you can always catch up with that. Not only that, you can also access this material. This material will also be shared across to you. So please revisit it because these are great slides that can also help you thrive as an aspiring or as a data analyst. So I don't know if you're aspiring data analyst, you can always use this slide and be of valuable to you. All right, so there's no question. Okay, let me dive deep into my Shemaka question because there's no question. So I want to assume that everybody understood the concepts tonight, and that's a great one for me. Thank you so much. Okay, I have a question. When choosing a mentor, is it necessary the mentor is a data analyst? This question is heavy. And why I said it's heavy, the answer is just, yeah, the mentor must be a data analyst. Now, this is You don't necessarily need to have a mentor. You can have as many mentors as possible. Right there. You can have as many mentors as possible. Like for me, I have spiritual mentor, I have academic mentor, I have career mentor. So if I'm stuck at any point, I do what? I go to those mentors to do what? That fit my needs. And also, even beyond that, I also have mentors who are too specific. As a data analyst now, if I have any question, any complex question on Excel, I have special people, like those who are specialized in Excel. I go to them, I meet with them. If it's in SQL, if it's Python, whichever, I do what? I go to those specific persons and they help me out. That's really added value to me. Are you there? So please, I would love you to have a mentor and ensure that the mentor is also a data analyst, because that is who you are aspiring to become. If you have a mentor as, let's say, as a software engineer, and then you're a data analyst, it's not like you will not contribute. What of if you are stuck? What of getting job faster? Because if your mentor is a data analyst, maybe, and is working in a top organization, if there are opportunities within his circle or within his colleague, he can always recommend you, can always refer you. But your mentor is a software developer. More of what he will do is what more, and he may not understand most of your challenge as he did, because it's also there's challenge. It's not just a smooth ride. When you have a mentor, tell you, oh, do it this way. You don't need to stress yourself. Do it this way. Do it that way, and then you get it done in no time. Right there, good. So please, it's very important for you, most especially as a beginner. Mr. or Mrs. Solon, tell me, Aisha, okay, that should be lady. Please, you need a mentor who is also a data analyst. Okay, let me take the Chamaka question. Please, can you mention everything you intend to teach us tonight? And then is it free? Okay, thank you so much. Now, at Easy Tech, we have free section. We also have paid section. Right there. But notwithstanding, free sections are just once in a week. Yeah. So, and always the third Saturdays and the fourth Saturday. So today is to cover the introduction, and we've done justice to that. So next Saturday, we'll also be having another amazing section, which is to cover Microsoft Excel for data analysis. How do you use this same Microsoft Excel to analyze your data? And that's what next class will be all about. But if you want for the free treatment, for you want for the paid class, yeah, so that one I'm going to discuss about that in my next slide. All right, so let's move to the next slide and let's call it off in the next 2 minutes. All right, EasyTech is here to help you achieve your data analysis dream. EasyTech is here to help you achieve your data analysis goal. And we are here to move you from beginner to what? To become intermediate, advanced in data analysis. We want to move you to a point where you will be confident, you can boast it with your chest that you are a data analyst. That's why we are here to do what? To train you. We are here to guide you. We are here to mentor you. We are here to teach you. We are here to give you a lot of practical, a lot of assignments. Are you there to learn? And now, if you want to take your journey a step further, you want to become a data analyst in the next 3 months, I will recommend EasyTech for you. EasyTech offers a program entirely offered online, and the aim is to make test skill easy and accessible for you. We all know that in the industry, data analysts rather, they are most valuable. That's why we are presenting this opportunity to you. So if you're interested in learning data analysis, we recommend you to take this course. It's a 3-month course, 100% online. Classes are 3 times in a week, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. so that those who are working can always come back at night, always utilize those moments, and then they can enjoy their session. Our classes are always recorded, and you can always fall back to those classes at any point you are stuck. You have access to mentorship. You have access to materials. You have access, for interactions with your course rep, for group projects, for group work, and a lot of opportunities and advantage you got you covered. And also looking at your CV, we'll be helping you, we'll be guiding you. On your LinkedIn also, we'll be guiding you on how to optimize your LinkedIn that you get or gain attention, gain attraction. For me personally, I've got a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. I get, and I also be sharing my experience with you. If you are joining us tonight and you want to take this paid training that covers Microsoft Excel, Power BI, and SQL 3-month training, we are currently on a massive discount, and it's 50% discount. So the actual fee is 100,000 naira. But because you have joined this section and would love you to also participate, we are on 50% massive discount. So instead of paying 100,000 naira, you have to pay 50,000 naira. You have to pay 50,000 naira. I get. And the discount ends this January. I get. The discount ends this January. So if you want to book your slots, you can book your slots. You can pay in installments. I get. You can make your payment in installments. Okay, I can see a question here. Are we covering Python? No, we're not covering Python for now. So we're here to help you from beginner to intermediate. Right? From beginner to intermediate. So we're not covering Python for this section. Yes, we're not covering Python for this section. Thank you so much for your question. I can see your question in the in-call message. And also, our certificate is globally recognized. You work on real-life projects. You'll be exposed to practicals, you'll be exposed to mini project presentation, as well as final project presentation. It's always a nice ride, and our students get job easily. I can tell you for your fact, our students get job easily. So if you're ready to make your decision, we'd love to have you. And the next cohort is starting on Monday. The next 2 days, yes. The next cohort is starting the next 2 days. That's on 20th of January 2025. So we'd love to have you around and then to see you thrive as a data analyst. If you have further questions, please you can drop your questions. Then we'll be willing to attend to your question. So I'm going to share our website with you so that you can visit our website, so you can visit our page. I already shared it with you. So just click on the link, it takes you to our website, and then you can register tonight. You can register and secure your spot tonight. All right. If there's no further question, you might need to call it up at this point and then meet you next Saturday. Next Saturday, what's the topic? Microsoft Excel for data analysis. We'll be looking at what Excel has to offer when it comes to data analysis. Excel can do a lot. We can use Excel for a lot of activity, but we want to look at how to use this same Microsoft Excel to analyze our data. It's a very beautiful tool, easy to use as a beginner, user-friendly, and I hope to see you in the next class. If there's no further questions, that will be all for now. I remain Israel Falabi. Take care of yourself. Have a lovely evening. That will be all for now. Bye.